Okay, so now we're going to talk about complex inheritance notes. So this is what happens when you don't have a simple case of dominant and recessive.
It's like with monohybrids.
Yeah. Okay, incomplete dominance is the first topic we're going to talk about in complex inheritance patterns. Okay, incomplete dominance, just kind of like it sounds like, it's when traits are not completely dominant or recessive. They're not clearly dominant or recessive. So if you take a look at this,
you have shades of gray in between. Sometimes 50 of them.
That's really not appropriate. Okay, so if you take a look here, this flower is red and this flower is white. If we take those two flowers and put them together, if you're thinking of simple complete dominance, you would expect to see either red or white. However, in incomplete dominance, we get a mix in between the two.
A blend, like I told my class.
Yeah, a nice blend. So what happens when you mix red paint with white paint? You get pink paint, which is why you get pink flowers from this cross here. Okay, ready?
Yeah. So an example in Snapdragons is flowers colored in the case of incomplete dominance. Red, white, and the heterozygous is pink. That's why you push all the buttons before you talk. Co-dominance.
Push all the buttons before you talk.
Oops.
Hey.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, with codominance, in a heterozygote individual, both traits are expressed at the same time. So since both alleles are dominant, you don't want to use an uppercase and lowercase letter. So one of them would not be uppercase and the other one being lowercase. You're going to have two uppercase. You use two different letters, but when you write them together, you put them in alphabetical order. And this was funny, as my class knows, I had to ask someone what roan meant. And roan, actually, it has red and white. It looks like it has been streaked with white. So in horses, an example would be if you cross a red coat with a white coated horse, you're going to end up with a roan coat. And its genetic or genotype would look like a capital R and capital W.
Yeah, so the fact that we're using two separate letters here should be a dead giveaway that you're dealing with codominance.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nice. So in summary, in incomplete dominance, the heterozygous is a mixture of the dominant and recessive trait, and in codominance, both traits are dominant, and the heterozygous will have both traits present at the same time.
Okay, now we're going to talk about polygenic traits and multiple alleles. Polygenic trait, poly means many, genic relating back to the genes. Okay, so a polygenic trait is something that is going to be is a trait that's going to be determined by multiple genes. So the example we have here is the skin color. Okay, you don't have just two different shades of skin color, but there's this whole continuum of skin colors. Okay, they're often influenced by environment. So for example, if you're out in the sun, your skin color is going to get a little bit darker. Height, the way that you eat, can help influence how tall you are.
We also talked about with the pom-pom exercise, a polygenic trait would be heart disease, that there are several alleles that code for heart disease, but you have environmental factors that can change that, like if you exercise more or have a better diet.
Or eat lots of McDonald's.
Or eat lots of McDonald's, that
Yes.
it could code, or it could influence that positive or negatively.
Well, is that a multiple allele or a polygenic?
Polygenic.
Oh, okay. You just had said allele, so I wasn't sure if that was a multi-allele or a polygenic. I didn't know that. That's cool. Learn new stuff all the time. Okay, ties nicely into multiple allele there. Okay, multiple alleles are when you have more than two versions or more than two alleles possible for the same trait. So we have example here, blood type. Okay, you should know your blood type, or if you don't at some point in your life, you probably will. Okay, there's A-type blood, B-type blood, and O-type blood. Okay, they're all different types of blood. There's three different versions. That's why it's called multiple alleles, because there's more than just two versions.
And A and B are going to be codominant, and O is going to be recessive.
All right, So blood types, people can be O, A, or B.
Or AB.
Yeah.
Or AB. Yeah, I was going to say this. Shouldn't there be one more?
Go ahead.
I don't have anything
Oh,
to say
okay.
about
Paper, rock,
that.
scissors.
It's okay. With genotypes for O is the double O. Genotype for A could be AO or AA. Genotype for B could be BO or BB. And genotype for, yes, BO is hilarious. And genotype for AB would be AB.
Bad.
I hope you don't have BO.
Yeah, Mike Moss thought it was hilarious when I said the dad had BO.
Alright, that's why type O is the universal donor, and type AB is the universal recipient, because type AB can take anybody's blood and be happy with using it, and type O blood can be used in any person's body because there is no A or B antigens in it. So those are little receptors that tell your body that these are blood cells and they are good. So that's your A.
It's like
and
secret
B.
signals for
This
the
is
body.
AB. Yeah.
Your
So this is O, so it doesn't have any of it.
Oh,
I don't know what just
you
happened.
just messed it all up.
No,
Stop it. Okay. I will go fix it.
What? It works.
No,
Did I
you
mess
took
it
it
all
off
up?
the pen. Okay,
What?
next. X-linked traits!
I only have one of those.
Alright, so. That's funny. Okay.
So most X-linked genes are located on the X chromosome only because if you've looked at the karyotypes in class, you'll realize that the Y chromosome is very small and kind of pathetic.
Sorry, guys.
kind of like Mr.
It's
Revere.
not pathetic. Though it's really small, it's incredibly important because it
Well.
determines, what reproductive parts you have. And, for continuing a species, you have to have both male and female. So
For now.
Well, for our species. Okay, so X-linked traits is a gene located on the X chromosome. We've already kind of talked about that. When you are writing X-linked traits, when you're doing practice problems over X-linked traits, you need to write the X and the Y, and then you put the letter representing the allele for whatever trait we're talking about as an exponent or as a superscript,
Yeah.
you know what it is, of a chromosome. So your examples are in red there.
And just to make sure if everyone read it, these are also called our sex-linked genes. X-linked and sex-linked are the same thing.
Apparently my pen
How
only
did that
likes
work?
me. Yeah, sex-linked though is, I think that's one of, that's the way I learned them, but X-linked is a much better word for it.
Yes.
But you should, like Mrs. Hood said, you should know
That they're
that they're the same thing.
synonyms.
Yes.
So this goes into the reason why men are colorblind more than women are, because colorblindness is a recessive allele found only on the X chromosome. So if you're a guy, you only get one X chromosome. So if you have the colorblindness trait, you're going to show it because you only have one X chromosome. But if you're a girl, it's a lot more likely that you will have at least one of the dominant.
And if you can't see that there's a 7 in this, you need to go see an eye doctor.
Because that means you're colorblind.
Kind of funny short story real quick. I went to the optometrist yesterday. She was telling me that when the little girls come in who want glasses and try to fake their eye exam, she gives them the colorblind test to find out if they're really faking it, because if they claim that they can't see the numbers, she knows it's very rare for them to be colorblind, so she knows they're probably faking and trying to fail on purpose.
Yeah, that's actually really clever because if you take a look here,
Little girls want glasses.
I wanted glasses.
Me too.
Everyone in my family had
I
glasses.
hated glasses.
No, I hate them.
I look like a dorky version
Anyways,
of Harry
we're
Potter.
totally off track. You did, or
Yeah, I do.
And now
totally should
Yeah, right. No,
have
I
a lightning spur. on
Sorry,
it.
guys.
Okay, so if you take a look here, as it's been explained before, but just usually when we're looking at X-linked traits or these sex-linked traits, males are going to have it more than females just because they only have one X. So if they get a recessive, they're going to show that recessive trait.
Be affected by
because
it.
girls have a 1 in 3 chance. What is that in percentage?
33%. No. Yes, 33%.
66%. Wasn't it?
66? No, because
Wait,
you add up
what?
66 plus 66.
Oh my gosh, this is
But
not...
it'd be in 33s.
Wait, what
I
are
get
you
what
even
you're saying.
talking
I don't know
about?
when
Girls would have like a 33% chance to be blind, or not blind, but colorblind, and then males have like a 50% chance to be colorblind.
Because they only get one X.
Yeah, because they only get one
we
X,
gotta
yeah.
We need to know.
Right.
Yep.
Stereotypes.
Stereotyping is a process used to look at an individual's chromosomes, can be done before birth. This is where you're going to have genetic testing. Observing the number of chromosomes could be to find out if there is a genetic defect in a baby. An extra chromosome or less could determine what type of genetic defect it has.
Yeah, how many chromosomes do humans have? 46 or 23 pairs. So if you
23
have
pairs, yeah.
if you have 47 chromosomes or 45 chromosomes, you're looking at some kind of genetic disorder.
Psychic.
I am.
So humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes. The first 22 are called autosomes, and they are the same for everyone. The final pair are your sex chromosomes, and they're going to vary based on if you're male or female.
Yep.
Okay, the one I circled, that's the sex chromosome.
The
okay?
23rd.
The 23rd determines your gender.
Okay.
Yes.
They're all homologous pairs. Homologous meaning the
Same.
same. Okay, so you have one, from mom, one from dad. Maybe. Okay, genetic disorders. Sometimes problems arise.
Yeah, sometimes problems arise, and a zygote can end up with an extra copy of one chromosome, or a total of 3. This condition is called trisomy. This is a Down syndrome.
Well, Down syndrome is a type of trisomy.
Well, yeah,
on the
it's a
23rd.
specific.
21st.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When the 21st pair has a third, it is called trisomy, which an example of that could be Down syndrome. There we go.
Yes. If a zygote is missing one copy of a chromosome, it will only have one of that chromosome, and this condition is called monosomy.
Turner syndrome is an example. That's when you've only got, instead of having an XX or XY, you just have an X on that 23rd chromosome.
Okay, the X chromosome, it's large in size, it carries many genes on it, and everyone has at least one X chromosome in order to live. The Y chromosome is smaller, and it carries fewer genes that will cause the zygote to develop into a male.
Yeah, and as long as you have a Y chromosome, you're male. So if you have XXY, you're still a male.
I'm glad you said that, so ask me that.
Alright. Sex chromosomes X and Y do not refer to the shape of the chromosome. All chromosomes are X-shaped. Okay, female is XX. Mom always gives an X to her offspring.
Because that's all she has.
Yeah. And male is XY. Dad is going to give an X to his girls and a Y to his boys. Okay, everybody's got a 50% chance of having a baby.
Everybody has a 50% probability of being male or female.
Yeah.
That's why they say the father determines the sex of the child.
That's in each individual case. There's a probability of being male or female. Some families are just all girls or all boys. Like I have
my Aunt Julie.
All boys in my family.
3 boys in my, and I come from 4 girls.
All right. Pedigrees. Pedigree can be used determine.
Yeah, pedigree can be used to determine whether a trait is inherited, show how a trait is passed from one generation to the next, or determine whether an allele is dominant or recessive.
Okay, so what is a pedigree? It's a family tree that tracks traits through many generations of a single family. Symbols, a square is male, circle is female, unaffected is non-shaded, and a shaded is affective. Affected.
And they have that.
Rules, real quick, we have marriages are shown in a horizontal line, offspring are shown by a vertical line, and the line enters the top, kids put in birth order, all generations should be on the same line.
Yes.
Okay, and to keep track of the people, we use Roman numerals to track the generations, and we use regular number marks like 1, 2, 3, 4 within the generation.
Yeah. And you start over for each generation.
Yep.
And they're all in a line.
All right, that's it.
Easy as that.
Dun dun.